Hey guys, Hans Wormhat. This is going to be an investigation into Hellen Keller. Um, so I think it's just a fraud, like everything else. Let's just look into it. We see the 3333 here. And is this really, I mean, why is this L like different? See how this is like very, it's very, and then this one just seems a little sloppy. I don't know. I feel like just the handwriting would be more consistent or something if this person really just a lot of interesting, like a lot of seven ideas going on here, right? Seven, seven, seven. So just the signature is a little bit interesting. I'll go into the story just a little bit. Look at these checkers right here. So I don't think that this person's really deaf, blind. I just think that's made up. It's a made up story. This is just a ruse. It's they just come up with these stories and because it gets money, right? So this person became very, very, very famous. And the story, I mean, most people know these stories. Interesting. 19 months old, that's the son number. 19 months old is when the illness, the unknown illness that made an acute congestion of the stomach and brain, okay, um, left her blind and deaf. I mean, most people know this story, so I won't go that much into it here. They traveled worldwide and raised funds for the blind. Keller devoted much of her later life into raising funds. That's when people are like, "How could they do something like this?" Here you go, follow the money, right? They do it for money. It's money. It's a money thing and a propaganda thing. So died just before her 88th birthday, which is kind of interesting. Also, another interesting thing that I didn't know about Hellen Keller. I mean, these people are always just wrought with fraud. Here's the writings. Keller wrote 12 published books, which is 21 backwards, 777. Her earliest piece of writing at the age of 11 was just a plagiarized work. These people are deceivers. They always plagiarize because they have no original ideas. That's something that I'm finding out about these people. They're unable to come up with original ideas. So they just rehash things that have been around and steal them and things like that. So isn't that kind of weird? Hellen Keller totally, and they just make excuses for her. They're like, oh yeah, it totally. See, look, Hellen Keller stole it from. What do they say? Controversy. Here we go. It was a reproduction of Frost Fairies from Margaret Canby, and we don't know who Margaret Canby is. Maybe this was like actually a real person, and then Hellen Keller just stole her story. I don't know. I didn't look into that. Okay, so I don't think that a deaf, blind person could ever speak like this.
Dear
Whoa.
lions and ladies,
This is just someone throwing an
I
accent.
suppose you have heard the legend that represents opportunity.
What? This is so ridiculous. This is not. I do not believe this is Hollywood. This is somebody pulling the wool over your eyes. This is like the deaf singer, except this is like a little bit better than the deaf singer, but not even really. There's no way that a deaf person would ever speak like this.
As a capricious lady
I
who
don't think it's a
knocks
lady.
on every door but one. And if the door is...
Yeah, this is pantomime. This is pantomime.
If there are mistakes, Helen types the letter again.
Look at that. That's how they want you to think that she's being communicated with. Such bull. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. No, they're just. That's such rubbish. Oh my gosh. This is Hollywood. Do you hear all the Hollywood music and stuff? Look at how she knows exactly where all the. This is ridiculous. Look at that. You cannot communicate like that. Like, look, she's just mashing stuff. That's not. This is not communicating. This is just pantomime. If you want to live in a fantasy world where this deaf, dumb, blind person, I mean, not dumb or whatever, it's a deceiver. People don't understand that there are people out there that will lie and deceive and do all these things because it gets them money, it gets them fame, it gets them. They're deceiving us. That's their whole agenda. This is nonsense.
Silence.
That's nonsense. Just use your brain. Like,
Okay.
that was ridiculous. There's no way that anyone just mash stuff on your hand like that lady was doing. That's not a form of communication. There's no way. So there's more footage. I mean, what do you think? Is this documenting a real person's life or is this a production? That's what you need to ask yourself. Is what you're watching a documentation of a real person or is it a Hollywood production? That's all you need to ask. Okay, I got some more footage.
As a sign.
Come on.
Like this.
That is not communicating
Reaching out
ideas to
beyond her
her.
dark and soundless night, Helen depends most on touch. Two other senses remain. There's taste and there's smell.
I mean, it's just ridiculous.
She knows her old
Look at that.
friend.
Look at this black and white idea right here. So obvious. This is pantomime. This is not a form of communication.
Molly has been with Hellen Keller for 40 years. For nearly half of the
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh okay, yeah, I got it. No, you didn't. That's bullshit. Here, look, she's doing like a devil hand claw here. This is ridiculous.
Seems impossible.
Yeah, it is impossible. Did I tell you that they'll always tell you the secret?
Can't talk with my mouth. That seems impossible.
It seems impossible. Look at the duping delight right here. The reason it seems impossible is because it is impossible.
After experimenting for a time, we found that
No.
placing her hand in this position.
What, in the devil? Placing her hand in this position, the devil horns, right on the face. Didn't the hand kind of move? Oh, okay, no.
Resting on the throat, right at the larynx. The first finger on the lips, the second on the nose.
It's like the shh.
We found
It's kind of interesting.
that she could feel the vibration of spoken words. For instance, the throat, she feels the G, the hard G, this. And on the lips, she feels and the K sound. On the lips, she feels the B.
Okay.
And
So they come up with this like story for you to try to convince people. This is witchcraft. Look at that devil horn hand. The two middle fingers together. That's classic. It's an M.
Learned to articulate was the little word it.
It's what these creatures are.
With the hands in this position, I made the vowel it. You felt it. It.
I don't know about that.
Then I made the T.
I don't think there's any way that you could tell that
On her lips.
from the devil
On
claw.
my lips. Then I put the two letters together to form the word it.
I forget if it's in this video or something. One of the videos I was watching, I don't want to keep watching this video. I'm over it. But they said like after the 7th lesson. Yeah, of course after the 7th lesson. She got good at it. Look at these claws. Look at that hand compared to that face. This is not a woman. This one has a really long humerus, though. It makes it kind of hard to see with the clothing that they wear. This is a very interesting idea over here, right? What is that? That's very strange. It has the sunken back eyes, though, right? And more of a rectangular face. I think this is just another tranny reverso deceiver. I mean, look at the skull structure here. This is a man. This is an older man. Look at that brow bone. The brow ridge. So here's just an interesting thing. This is how I'll leave it off. In some of the pictures, it looks like they gave her like a blind eye type looking thing. Here you can see the really long humerus bone. This is an idea that they do a lot of times with the weird hand crossing and the thumb crossing near their crotch. But look at how they made the eyes kind of look blind here. And then let's go look at another picture. Don't the eyes look different? And here's a zoom in that the checkers, this magnolia flower is an interesting idea. Look at that hand. Holy moly. Holy moly, that hand. Um, and just look at this picture. These are not blind people eyes. That's some duping delight going on there. I think that you can see the roughness in the face and the lower part of the face. Doesn't that almost look like a chin implant of some sorts? Interesting brooch idea. They have this piping that goes down the center a lot of times in their clothing. I think it makes like an M or something. I'm not quite sure about it. But yeah, this doesn't look like a right chin to me. This looks like all of the other ones with the weird chin implants or whatever. Um, or I don't know. Just doesn't look right. This person definitely doesn't look right. And so yeah, I look up like blind eye. Sorry, this could be a little gross, but isn't this kind of the eye that blind people get? What is it? Is this a blind person? No. I don't know. Blind person eyes. That's a blind person's eyes. So is this person blind? Uh, this just looks like a weird picture, but I believe that people that are actually blind, you can see it in their eyes. And I don't know, this just looks like if you just saw this person, their eyes look fine to me. So, I don't know. All right, Helen Keller, I believe, is a lying, deceiving Mason tranny deceiver, like the rest of them. Anyone who gets famous is just a tranny deceiver. They don't allow, they have control over who gets famous. So.